All right, hello clarinet players. We're going to talk about how to put your mouthpiece patch onto your mouthpiece because that's something that we talked about a little bit earlier if you were at the camp. But just in general, we've talked about how the mouthpiece patch is really nice because it sits on the top of your mouthpiece and it acts as a little cushion for your top teeth so that your top teeth aren't having to anchor onto that plastic. So all of you should have one of these. If you don't, let me know, and I have some extras, or probably even the easier solution is to just head over to Quinlan and Fabish Music and ask about them. They're pretty cheap, they're inexpensive, just little mouthpiece patches. You can tell them you play clarinet and that would be fine. You could probably also order them on Amazon or something like that. But anyway, so if you look at your mouthpiece patch, it has one black side, that's the rubber side that your teeth go on, and then it has this side, this one has a tab on it that we pull this backing off and it's sticky. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick that right to that mouthpiece and it'll stay on there for a while. You know, sometimes they fall off. Now, before we do that, you need to clean your mouthpiece. We haven't really talked about this very much, but basically all you have to do to clean it is take some soap and water, and you can run soap and water in it. The only thing we don't want to do is submerge it in water for a long time. So like, you don't want to have a bucket of water and then just dunk it in there and leave it because of your cork. We don't want the cork to be soaking in water for very long, but it can get wet, so it's okay. But anyway, soap and water, and we want to clean it, and you can just take a paper towel and dry it off, or let it kind of air dry, that's fine. And the soap or water is not going to hurt it. For right now, since I'm doing this in class, I'm going to take some sterilization spray, and I'm going to use that to kind of get any of the gunk off of there. Okay, but basically we want to make sure it's nice and clean so that the mouthpiece patch will adhere to the mouthpiece real well. Okay, so we've done that. Now, when I take this mouthpiece patch, they really only come in one size, and the mouthpiece sometimes may be too small for it to go on. So for instance, when I put mine up here and just kind of hold it in place, it actually hangs over this bottom area, okay? And we don't want the mouthpiece patch to go all the way up to the tip because we don't want it to be hanging over. So where we put the mouthpiece patch is actually a little lower on the mouthpiece, kind of like that, if you can see, okay? So since it's hanging over here, I don't really want that to happen, so I'm actually going to trim it. And you can do this. You do it before you take off the plastic, though, okay? And so all I'm going to do is take scissors. For some reason, I have kids' little scissors here, and I'm just going to try to round out the bottom and just make it a little shorter, okay? So let's see if I can get these kids' scissors to do it. Looks like they are, and I'm just going to round out that bottom. Yeah, not a great cut, but now when I put it on, it'll stay on there completely and it won't be hanging over the edge, okay? And it's not, we don't put our teeth down here anyway, so it's fine. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to take the plastic off. Now, of course, since I trimmed the bottom, I also trimmed the easy tab to pull off, but you can get your plastic off. All right, so I get my back off there. I don't want to touch the sticky part very much because I want to get a nice clean seal for that, okay? So I'm going to get it lined up, and like I showed you, we don't want it to be all the way up at the tip, and we don't want it hanging over here on the edge. So I'm just going to do a real careful job of trying to get it on there nice and centered. Okay, just like that would be fine. And now it's sticky on there. Now I'm going to take both my thumbs and I'm just going to push down on it. I'm going to kind of hold down on it for about a minute or so and just make sure that it's real good and it's on there secure. None of the sides are hanging over. You really only get one shot at putting it on correctly and getting it to stay. So be real careful when you do it and do it right the first time. Now I think they sell these in like 2-packs, and I think that's probably because some people don't get it on right the first time, or they just kind of wear out over time. So if you don't get it on, hopefully you have another one, that's okay. But yeah, after a minute of about pushing down on that, it's done. It's ready for our teeth, and you're going to find when you play clarinet now, it's going to be a lot easier on your teeth, okay? So that is how to put our mouthpiece patch on.